press up on there just so you can see where you are. It's going to be a good one. Okay. Make sure we're in. Let me see. Somebody's on there already. Making a comment. Let's see. Hey. We're about to get started. Hey. Let's start with the comment. Yes, music has the power to uplift our souls and bring back beautiful memories. Looking forward to tuning into this inspirational conversation. Thank you so much. All right, let's get started. Welcome to More Than Just Music, because every song has a story. And like you said, it brings up memories. It makes us remember. And as a writer, and I do write songs, we talked about this last week, I listen to the lyrics first, because if it's not saying anything, it's not saying something to me, right? So it's so important, the lyrics. And for y'all just tuning in for the first time, this is my brother, my boy, the impact builder, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr.
As one of my friends say, Jones, he said, your whole government name.
Your whole government name, right? And me and Leroy were looking at something like, dang, it's been 10 years. Remember I was looking at that? I said, this been my brother for 10 years. And if you're new to my YouTube channel, then you've never seen him. If you follow me, subscribe, anything, you have seen him. He's like one of my favorite people to do a show with. So a little background before we start. We have a podcast, a talk show, a show, whatever you want to call it, right here on YouTube, where we did more than just a movie. We did it for 6 seasons. We're going to come back, but we wanted to pivot. That's one of my favorite words. We wanted to pivot and do something different, because on that show, we talked about music and the impact, and we both love music and movies and all of that. So we're talking about that. And today we're going to honor Malcolm Jamal Warner with 2 songs that we chose to listen to the lyrics to, and honor him in that way. But before we do that, hey, Leroy.
What's up, lady?
What's going on?
Hey, it's been a whole lot going on, and on social media, I saw this post today. They were like, check on your millennial, your Gen X friends.
How about that?
Because we are not okay.
We're not okay. We're not okay. And even when I try to stay away from the news, I can't. And then you hear more and more. And it's like a family member has passed away. Like that came out when I was in junior high school. And like you don't, especially me seeing that, and we're the same age, like in all kind of things. And then his daughter, just so many different things. It's like we got to check on each other.
I was telling a friend of mine, well, usually when these things happen, they happen in threes.
That's what.
And I don't know if for y'all might not be into this, y'all may not, but for those of you that may remember the group Kiss, y'all ain't rock and roll. But Ozzy Osbourne, he was the lead singer.
And he was number 3, because the guy from City High was number 1.
Who's
that? What would you do when you're crying at home on the bedroom floor because you're hungry? Is really political. Really? He died a week before Malcolm did. And then Ozzy.
Yeah, and it's usually, and for some strange reason, it happens in 3.
I know.
And I was waiting for the other 2, but you just said the one. And then when I heard about Ozzy Osbourne, I think he passed. Yes, I think it was yesterday. I was like, oh,
that's 76.
I was like, but for the longest time, and I don't know how much you follow Kiss, you didn't know who they were
because they
had the makeup on. You didn't know who they were. And then I think years, maybe into the 90s or 2000s was when you actually found out who they all 3 of them were. And Ozzy Osbourne.
And then when he had that talk show, not reality show.
Yeah, the reality show with him and his kids and his wife and everything like that. Yeah. So we're
not okay.
2020. Somebody was like, 2025, are you mad? Do you need to go and have a moment or something like that? Because this has been, things like this do happen every year, unfortunately, where we lose, someone who is, in the spotlight, like Malcolm. Because that one hurt, like you said, because he was the same age as you and 2 years older than me. But it was like you grew up with him because he grew up on TV.
Yeah.
And I just always, the Cosby Show was always my favorite show of all time.
You always say that.
It really is. I mean, there's nothing that people can say in regards to that. It doesn't touch what that show did for so many of us and the lessons. And because I always remember Thursday nights.
Yeah.
My family, we had ice cream and pie, or some either popcorn, but it was always in front of that TV. Yeah. You were in front of that TV watching the Cosby, and then you talked about it.
You couldn't wait to talk about it. When I was in junior high, let me tell you something. When Lisa Bonet had the clips in her hair, it was these different she had a white clip in her hair, and it was different colors. Now, these were not the clips that were the fashionable clips. These were the clips that the hairstylists used. Back then, the hairdressers, that's what we call them. That's what they used. And she had her hair down, and then she had a little clip right here. Man, I was trying to get them clips. I went and got those clips. We would be talking about it, all the different episodes, every episode. Yeah. And I had no idea that I was going to move to the Baltimore area where you having fun in Baltimore. I had no idea. With the wretched. I never knew that I was going to be in the streets of Baltimore with that, but it's so
with the wretched, yo. She was with the wretched.
With the wretched.
But it's so funny, real quick, about that. Yes, she was saying that scene that Felicia Rashad did. She said she really had to console Tempest Bledsoe
because she laid her out. She laid her out.
Everybody was feeling sorry.
Everybody was feeling. And when she tried to talk, that black mama, when you try to talk, you like, what you gonna say? You can't say nothing, Nathan. So the Cosby Show was a staple. Yeah. And one of my friends from junior high school now, hey Tamia, this was around that time when it came out. And then remember when A Different World started coming on after that. So
that was a Thursday night.
It was a Thursday night
Musty TV.
Musty, and Malcolm Jamal Warner was on A Different World too. He guest starred a few of those. So of course to hear it and how it tragically happened.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's like news that you want to stay away from, but you want to know, but you want to stay away from it. And somebody online was like, hey. But somebody online was like, okay, no more details. We don't need no more details because it's already hard enough.
Yeah, and it's just, things like that because it happened in my news feed. They had the Breakfast Club, and of course they were talking about it.
Because he was on there.
And Charlemagne said, was saying that, look, he was out doing natural thing on vacation with his family, with his kids.
Trying to get away.
Get away from, and he was one of the good ones that stayed away from all of the glitz and glamour or whatever of Hollywood. He never got pulled into that. He was always made sure that he was away from all of that, which is great. And I think his family
still worked.
Right. It was great at that. Yeah, because he was bigger than, and that's his defining role was Theo on the Cosby Show. But he was so much more than that.
He was an artist, he was a musician, a poet. And we love that. We love that. He was a poet, and he
musician, director, because he directed episodes, and
he directed New Edition, Heartbreak.
Yeah, I know you know that.
Sorry, he was on Friday Night Videos. Who remembers that? Remember that with Bobby Brown? They hosted. I mean, just so many different things. He guest starred on so many of my favorite shows, including Fresh Prince. Now up to date 911. He was on The Resident with Morris Chestnut.
I was looking for that. So you got to show me where that is, because what I looked up, The Resident, it wasn't. I didn't see any of the episodes with him on it.
He was in that. It was so many guest starring roles, and I love 911. Angela Bassett put something but he was in Malcolm and Eddie, and a lot of people are tagging some of the loves of his life, including Regina King and Karen Molina White. And Michelle Thomas, who passed away, would play Justine on the Cosby Show. And I get it if you knew them then, but just I want to really respect his wife
for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's the thing.
She lost her husband, and then
Do you know who she is? Because I know
I've seen her before, but that's what he does.
Right.
He don't want all of that. You know what I mean?
I was like, I don't even know who she could pop up, and I wouldn't even. She could speak now, and I wouldn't even know who she was.
I've only seen a couple of pictures that he put, even with his daughter. But just imagine what she's going through.
For sure,
she's there. And at first, we didn't know if his daughter was with him or
That's
not.
What I was
we find out
now
his daughter was with him in the water. They rescued her, pulled him out, did CPR for 45 minutes on him. And so just imagine his wife in horror looking for her husband and her daughter, only to find that out. And just imagine what the daughter is going through. So we definitely keep his family in prayer. And we have a couple of songs that we're going to dedicate to him.
Now, just real quick, for those that are in this media space, whatever you want to call it, let them people grieve. They were all up in Raven Simone's face. I'm like, these people are going through one of the most tragic things in their life right now, losing if you will, a family member. She was close to him.
And Keisha and I pulley, she hasn't posted yet. That was really like her brother. They would have kids, their kids together to this day.
Yeah. And Felicia Rashad and Bill Cosby, leave them people alone right now. Her, like you said, his wife, just leave him. Now everybody doesn't know who his wife is, so I think she's okay, to be able to not have people up in her face and everything like that. But let them grieve. Let them breathe and process. Grieving is a process.
It's a whole process.
It's the whole process, and so y'all gotta let them be able to deal with it how they deal with it. If they don't want to talk to nobody, they don't want to talk to nobody. We can admire him for the greatness that he was and the things that his legacy that he's left with us. And that's the thing, the beauty of it. We have the show, we have his music, the poetry, we have that we remember him by. And leave it at that. Leave it at that. And if those that were closest to him, his Cosby family and his musician family and all of those that he's worked with, Hollywood or whatever, if they choose to say something about it or come to you about it, then let them do it. But don't be up in their face right now. I don't care if they never say anything about it. That's not for you to be up in their face about it. These folks, I mean, they are regular people grieving just like we do. How'd you like it if somebody was all up in your face?
I wouldn't like it.
And you just lost a family member.
I wouldn't like it.
No.
I wouldn't like
it. We can admire him from afar. We play tribute to him. You ain't hear one scandal about this young man.
No.
Not one about this young man. I mean, and just a beautiful soul.
The worst thing that I ever heard about him is he broke up with Virginia.
Yeah, that's the only thing. I'm thinking about it, but I don't even say it.
No, but that's not even. But when you think of the scope of things, people break up all the time.
Right.
You know what I mean? So only thing, and that's what I'm saying. I'm proving Leroy's point. There's nothing.
Nothing. I mean, everybody that has spoken about
other than life events
has spoken just nothing but positive, beautifully about him, and has not one word. And that's what you want your legacy to be. When people speak of you after we gone, because all of us got to go that way. Because I remember real quick, I know we got to get into this. I remember telling my dad, and this was when I lost my grandmother on my mom's side, and we had a couple other deaths. And I said, Dad, I've come to this realization that all of us, we either got to be on the front row or we got to be in the casket. That's where every single one of us are headed. We got to sit on that front row. We're losing someone, or we're in the casket where someone else is sitting in that front row grieving us. And when I came to that realization, yes, this is a part of the cycle. We love on him. We love on his memory. We love on who he was as a man and the great things that he accomplished while he was here. And I was telling a friend of mine the other day, we all got a number. We all unfortunately got a number. We don't know when that number is going to be called, but we got one. And it's, it's sad and we try to keep moving on because we're still on this side. And I've always said too, they're in a far better place than we are. You know what I'm saying? Doing this craziness that we dealing with here, but to his family.
Yes.
You know, nothing but love and just and I honestly say, God, just wrap your arms around them.
Please.
Just pour out that love to them because they need it right now.
They need it.
So.
And you just think about, like you said, everybody, every post they talk about how amazing he is.
Yeah.
And just how beautiful his spirit was, and his soul, and the love that he had for his mother. I remember her because she's been managing him for years, and just like and his daughter, and just he seemed like a beautiful guy. Like his smile will light this whole city up. It's just beautiful. So we're going to honor him at the end of the show with 2 songs that we feel are appropriate, and we're going to read the lyrics to those. But I want to talk about a couple of songs. I'm going to throw some songs out with you because I love a song that tells a story. I love a song that makes you be like, what? Like you can see it happening. So one of the songs, I'm going to take y'all all the way back. All y'all young people, y'all may not know. I'm going to take y'all all the way back. Leroy, you going to know. Neither one of us by Gladys Knight and the Pips. Neither one of us wants to be the first to say goodbye.
That's a breakup song.
It's a breakup song, but they play the whole thing. It's like, this is a classic story of holding on to love when it's clearly fading, like you holding on. No one wants to take the blame or admit that it's over. It captures the tension of the breakup, but the silence is louder than the words. Like when you think about, neither one of us wants to be the first to say goodbye. So it's almost like that movie Water Roses. You remember that? And they like doing, right there. And they like doing all the things, but they know they should not be together. Is telling them, y'all don't need to be together.
There's a couple of couples that we talk about. We know that y'all don't need to be together.
For dear life. Like we talked last week about house is not a home, where a chair is not a chair. The metaphors and the creativity of songs. It's when you think about that, and we think about breakups and somebody doing something wrong. If you think you're lonely now, somebody
was talking about that yesterday. I think I was on my walk, and they were talking about Bobby Womack, and I was like, "No, Bobby Womack was a savage." If you know the story about him,
he was.
He was a savage.
If you knew some of the stuff, you would be listening to his music.
Straight savage. And so him singing that song, they said it came from, I guess, one of the relationships. And I don't know if it was that one that he was in, but he's like, "Yeah, I'm trying to tell you. You think you look, wait until the night. You won't think about it. Wait till the night when you used to having me snuggled up all on you, hugging all up on you, making you feel all warmy and fuzzy.
Come on. It's a cold,
right? It's gonna be
clever way that he flips the loneliness into a warning. Like it's really like a warning. If you listen. Like, wait until tonight. You're going to have a woman like, wait a minute, wait until tonight. Okay, I'm complaining about being lonely now. You're going to have her all in her head. Okay, I'm complaining I ain't seeing him now. But then I did see him this way. Okay, so then what's going to happen tonight?
I'm starting to miss him. And
I'm starting to miss him. It's telling its story. So you and I both love hip hop, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So hip hop, when you listen to some of those lyrics, and the songs were like 8 minutes long, 9 minutes long. You had to break beat. That's where the DJ would come in, and that's where people would dance. But when you think about a song like The Message with Grandmaster Flash, The Furious Five, Don't Push Me, 'cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. There's
like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. And
think about that.
That was such a hip hop was such a, especially, and that was 79-ish. Because that was one of the first hip hop songs that I remember hearing and learning about. But it was so much a part of the culture that we were. And so those of us that were hearing it, we could relate to it. It was like, yeah, you better not say one, say like, one more thing. What Pinky say? One more thing. But that was how we were younger, so I mean, so we were kids, so we didn't really, we ain't.
But when I'm singing that now, we was coming back from New York in the car, had that on. I was like, don't push me. But if you listen to it,
even DMX's which
I'm about to lose my mind.
Y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here.
They're warnings. They're delivering, like Grandmaster Flash is like delivering the news.
Mm-hmm.
Broken glass everywhere. People pissing on the city. You just don't care. And think about it. Crazy lady living in a bag, eating out of garbage cans used to be. Think about it. But think about all of it. It talks about the struggle and it dropped the truth. It almost was like CNN went into the hood.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I forgot who said that. Was it Ice Cube? But it was one of them that was saying that hip hop was the CNN.
It's real
of the I don't say about the community.
Yeah.
But it wasn't even the song you mentioned about Gladys Knight and the Pips. Neither one of us wants to be the first. Those were relationships. I mean, the songs, and I've said this, 70s, 80s, and 90s was where we had the best music, the best entertainment, the best sports athletes. It was the greatest time of any era. You can I'll take any of those decades of music, sports, entertainment, and everything, and pit them against anything that is out here today, and even that came prior to it. And especially music. When you think about Gladys Knight and the Pips, how many other groups? You had the Dells, the Temptations, all of these groups that were, I'm gonna say, competing against each other, but all had great music.
And all, like, you could turn on the radio and keep the radio on. Now you turn on the radio, you skip, and you going from channel to channel.
I don't even think we listened. Did you listen to much radio today?
It's usually Sirius XM or my playlist.
Yeah, it's usually YouTube is where I'm listening to music, and it's music that I want to be able to listen to. I will say this: it's a young lady on TikTok, and I'm seeing more and more of it. A lot of the 80s and 90s music is being played, and so she has this. She'll come on, and she has like the music that. Something, but it's all 80s and 90s music. And I'm like, and she's a young, she's maybe in her 30s. So I'm like, yeah, what you know about these
songs?
What
you know about all of that? But that's what it is, though. It like it's feel good music. It makes you think. And like we were like the message they were talking about mental health. Who was talking about mental health in the 80s? Nobody talk about mental health. He talks about struggle. He sweats that nobody. It's the truth. And even we have music of friendships. I think about Patti LaBelle. You are my friend. So you can think about everything. It's about the connection. Think about that. We talk about love songs, right? And breakup songs, but even having a song about a friend, about realizing the value of friendship.
Phyllis Hyman, old friend.
Oh gosh. Right. Exactly. So it's like you can put anything that you're talking about, whether you're a mental health, a struggle, friendship, love, breakups, the complexities of love with Bobby Womack, right? Or you can talk about bragging about your woman, right? You can talk about ain't no woman like the one I got from More Tops. It's celebrating the woman that stands out. Or you can talk about losing her, what used to be my girl by the OJs. That's my song. But I'm like, if you listen, that's why the lyrics are so important, because the way that has a bop, you would forget what he's talking about. Used to be my girl. Come on. And he's singing that happy, but Jenny be like, wait a minute. It used to be my girl.
And here's the thing about that song too, with the OJs, he's talking about how he messed up.
Yeah.
How he didn't do her right. And
talk about what a great woman she
was. And I messed it up. I mean, in music touches our soul in more ways than that, because you made me
and give you the courage that you don't have for real.
Because I watched this past weekend I watched One Night in Miami with Sam Cooke,
good.
and the song "The Change" is gonna come.
Yes,
and how that came about.
That's so powerful.
And what Sam Cooke did for the industry, not just us as
and how Malcolm X sparked him.
Malcolm,
he was on his.
I was like, Malcolm, I felt bad for Sam Cooke.
But you need friends,
right? That aren't afraid to do that.
That aren't afraid to do that, and to make you better. And look at that song,
right? And what did Sam Cooke was it did, because I don't think he would have done that song on the whatever show that was he was on. Had Malcolm not pushed him, he was like, brother, you have. He was like, out of
you
the
got
four
all
of us,
these people.
Out of the four of us, you have the most power. Power in your music, the power in your music and your words. And even that song is still just as powerful today when you listen. Like you said, the lyrics, the change gonna come. We need that song now. We need that song now. It's like I just love it. I was born by the river in a little tent. And I forgot but I know it's been a long time coming. But I know it's coming.
We saying I know it's coming, right? We still saying it. But I think about, like we was talking about love. Love don't love nobody. It takes a fool to learn. Think of fool to learn. To spin the hard truth, but it's a smooth harmony. Love itself is cruel if it's not mutual.
And it's so much. I mean, we just all over the place with
you
the music.
abandoned me. But love don't live here anymore.
I mean,
that one too.
But here's the thing about music, because I'm gonna hit you real hard right now with Millie Riperton and her voice, "Loving You," or Denise Williams, "Black Butterfly,"
or "Silly."
Silly and
she talking about Denise. You just.
I know it touched you in your soul.
Denise Williams, "Silly" in the 80s remind me of my cousin who passed. When she's saying, "Guess what? I'm silly." When you get to that point in that relationship and you doing all the things and you feeling all the things and it may not be reciprocated, you going and you get that spark, like, silly of me to tell a lie and brag, and silly of me to and talk about brag about the love I found, but all of the time he's not really loving her. So she's like, it's silly of me. I'm around here bragging to think that I have a guy. Like, what?
Man, I mean, and it's just,
and then she break it down. She really like feeling like
it's just,
and then that's the light bulb,
right?
That wakes you up.
It just music has the ability, and these songs are all from the 80s and 90s and 70s, and it takes you to a place, and it gives you, it has the range of emotions, and a lot of the music I think that we listen to. And that we felt, it was felt because one, we could relate to it. It was words that we could relate to. It was situations that we could relate to, and those that were writing the music felt it too. Because we talk all the time about Mary J. Blige, and her music was nothing but a play of her life. That's my favorite Mary J. song right there. Because I felt that song myself. I was just, but you feel. You can feel some of the words and even talking about love and I think about Shantae's Moore. Shantae's Got a Man.
That's my favorite song. I mean, my favorite artist is Shantae Moore. And she has a song, of course, Shantae's Got a Man. She's celebrating that she got a man because her relationship wasn't working out. And she going to talk about, and then Jimmy and Terry, they was in the studio, and she was talking about, like the kids say now, Mom, and she was happy. And it was like, I think that album.
That ain't the title of the song.
That is the title, but that's not what she's saying in the song. But the title can't be that. She's like, I hate your dog.
If you know, you know.
In explicit
ninja.
But she also has a song that's called, she's my favorite since 92. Listen to my song. And she says, touch me with more than just your words. I mean, more than what just your hands. Think about that. So touch me with more than just your hands. She's talking about the words, the actions, and touch me. Because anybody could go like this, but can you really touch me
in my soul?
In my soul. It's so many songs that we can talk about, and we will do this season of more than just the music. But I want to talk about one of Leroy's favorite songs and groups. Before I let go, I just got to let you know.
Oh, you know it.
Thank Frankie Beverly. This is a line that people don't realize because it's the cookout song. It's the last song at the end of the club when they're turning on the lights. It's the Black national anthem when it comes to any kind of party, wedding, before I let you go. But this line preps the heart for goodbye. It's a goodbye with grace and not bitterness, as we talk about the song Bitter. Right? But this is like, it's saying before I let you go. And if you listen to the words, we just ready to we just ready to let you slide. Right. But let's talk about your song. It's before I let you go.
I mean, you could take any of Frankie Beverly's songs, Southern Girl, the After the Morning After, which is another.
After the morning after.
We gotta do a whole segment on those kinds of songs.
Like As We Lay?
The cheat songs. We'll call them the cheat songs.
We do. It's a lot of them.
It's a lot of cheat songs. As We Lay. I mean,
were my husband.
Right.
In a minute, Shirley Murdoch. We like, hold up. She's in gospel now, but we like, hold up. It's always somebody else's husband. What is going on?
You know. But Frankie Beverly,
make me love somebody else. Remember that? If you keep on treating me the way you do, come on. That's a warning too.
Right.
Like keep on, and you gonna make me love somebody else.
It's just, I mean, you can't help but, and this is anybody, and I don't know if you've ever gone to a Frankie Beverly and Maze concert.
I wanted to go to that last one, which we didn't know what
you needed the Frankie from the 90s. You needed the Frankie from the 90s. Because the music is great. It's real good, but best concert I've ever. And I don't go to a lot of concerts, but this one, it is forever etched in my soul. And this is what we talk about music. And he was there with, I want to say, Will Downing or Rochelle Farrell, I think in George Duke. It was the whole lineup. He was the what do you call it, the headliner. He was the headliner. And I lied to you not, Kendéll, from the time he stepped on stage.
And his wife.
To the time we had to leave. And I think there was probably some folks that they had to kick out.
I'm sure before they let them go.
Right. There was not one person sitting down.
Oh, I believe it.
In that audience.
Oh, I believe it.
And they were singing every word to every song that Frankie Beverly was singing.
That's the impact.
That was the feeling that you got from his songs, whether it was because they thought he was going to get away from singing Joy and Pain. What's the other one? Joy and Pain is the big one. But it's several of them that kind of go together, like you were saying. But even the one that you were just the one that you just gave the title for, you know, all of them are songs that we can relate to. They're those feel good songs. They're those summertime songs. Feeling songs, family reunion. You know, all of these that they get played. They take you back, and you have these memories that come along with them and everything like that. And so the music has, I mean, when you listen to music nowadays, especially the music of the 80s, 90s, the 70s, 80s, and 90s, it takes us back. I know it takes me back to a different time period.
100%.
Like you were talking about hip hop, and you were talking about Keith Sweat. That was college. That's all you heard on campus was Keith Sweat.
And he told everybody I want her. 1988. Never forget. I know. I won. That was the name of his album. That's what took him over. And I saw Keith Sweat last year, and Keith Sweat is still doing his thing, and people still singing the songs like they just came out.
Right, but that's the thing, because I remember Donnie Simpson asked Frankie Beverly that on what was that show?
Video Soul.
Was that Video Soul?
Video Soul.
But he said, Frank, and this was late 80s.
Because that's his boy. That was Donnie Simpson's boy. Like that was his boy. Yeah.
And so he was like, Frankie, you haven't written music since, because he hadn't written music since like the late 70s or so, early 80s. He's like, I don't have to. He said, because every concert that I do, every concert that I'm at, people want to just hear the old.
They do.
They just want to hear that music.
Dude, that's like New Edition. Like New Edition hasn't had a new song per se. They have had newer songs in the 70s, clearly. They've had songs in the 90s and 2000, but it's been well over a decade outside of Johnny Gill and maybe Ralph doing some stuff and Bobby doing some stuff that didn't. But like the song, you go to the New Edition concert, we singing like it's 1982, 83,
and we want to hear those Count Me Out, Candy Girl, and
all of them,
any Heartbreak, Boys to Men,
all of them. These are the things that take boys to men.
That to me is one of their. To me, is one of my favorites, because watching the docu-series, it was that shift. And this is no diss to Bobby or anything, but Johnny was that missing voice piece.
But Johnny didn't come to replace Bobby. But people always think
it wasn't. Here's what I'm saying. It wasn't about him replacing Bobby. I'm talking about his voice.
Yeah, all his voice.
Because for those that listen to music, you got first tenor, second tenor, baritone, bass.
Yes.
Ralph and Bobby's voice were very similar.
Light.
Right. He was because Ralph was more first tenor.
Yes, because Johnny came in to replace Ralph because they thought Ralph was leaving.
Correct.
And they didn't want to be stuck.
Well, Bobby was already gone by that time.
Yes.
But right. And so they wanted to, but what happened was he became, because you had Ralph who had the first tenor, Ricky was that second tenor.
Right.
Was that second tenor. He wasn't quite baritone, but he was like a second tenor. Great voice.
Right.
But Johnny was the one that sealed
he changed him from boys to
men. Right. So that was the perfect song. Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis,
of course.
Right. But seeing them and the way that they were I'm sure that's where it was, that they were positioned in the studio. Ralph, and even when you watch the videos, when they said, "Sorry, you're not my kind of girl," that's one of my favorite.
That's one of my. I was waiting for you because I was about to say.
That's one of my
favorites.
And
if you listen to those lyrics, I talked about this on my YouTube channel. Check that out. My New Edition News Central playlist on YouTube. You'll see a lot of things. I'm talking about that. But think about that. I'm gonna give you all the compliments. The way you dress, the way you look, everything is good. I'm gonna hype you up. Then I'm still gonna let you know you're not my type of girl. You're not my kind of girl.
No, I'm just sorry. It ain't got nothing to do with your looks.
You're really pretty. It's not your style or the way you dress. It's not even the way that you carry yourself.
It ain't got nothing to do. It's just
you ain't for me.
That's it.
But I'm telling you nicely.
Right. Greatest breakup.
But all you want to hear is "Why for you."
Greatest turn down song
ever.
But that's where music kind of can take you. I mean, we could talk for hours about music and just all of the music, because both of us, just like movies, it's music that we grew up on, that we love to listen to, and that we even love to talk about. I mean, we'll get into here. We're talking about the stories behind the song, because there's, like you said, there's a story to every song and how it came along. You think about those songs. You think about the song that you mentioned about Frankie Beverly and Maze. The Golden Time of Day, and where they get the lyrics from, and we're gonna have to do him all by himself, and that's Stevie Wonder, and how he wrote music, and he's one of the greatest songwriters ever. I mean, he's the greatest songwriter, producer of music, because if you listen to the lyrics of all of his songs, they have this. They hit you in your soul. They're very soulful. Even like Aretha Franklin's music, it's so soulful, and it's deeper than just some words on a paper. It's deeper than just some song. It's a story.
It's a story, especially if you have the voice to carry it.
Yes.
Because I can sing a song, and it's not going to give you the same power as if Jennifer Hudson sang the song.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So you can have the right lyrics, but if you don't have the right pairing, because I can sing the song and I'm not going to bring it home like a Whitney Houston would do.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So even just having the right medicine. And I wanted to talk about, you know the song We Can't Be Friends, I'm Still in Love with You, that Deborah Cox and Ardell.
Yes.
And love it's just song. Like that, and even the video, it's the emotional boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were talking about, neither one of us wants to be the first to say goodbye. But this speaks volumes about trying to hold on to a love that's not healthy. Like we can't be friends. Like we already love each other so much, but we know that this thing ain't working. So we can't be friends because I'm still in love with you. I'm still in love with you, even though I can't be with you and it ain't working out.
But even, and I mean, I'll ask you if you got this out of that song too, because to me, it was also saying, look, I can't deal with just being friends with you.
That's
it's like, no, if we can't,
I still love you too.
Yeah, I don't want to see your mama.
I'm still in love with you. She said, I saw you. I drove past your house, saw at mom's house. Your car was still there. Like the memories of it all. Like even when I drove past mother, saw your car there. Like I can't even stop. Like I can't even get you out of my head.
Yeah.
Like we can't be friends because somebody always gonna say, well, we could be friends. No, we can't. It's like, no. We ain't being friends. And she says, because I'm still in love with you. They ran into each other at the airport. And they did a video like, oh my God. Everybody's like, oh, you triggered me. Like, because think about that. That's some real stuff in a song.
Yeah.
Everybody can relate to that.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you was trying to run from your person and don't want to be no friend, But somebody always got to say, well, somebody said that to me. We can still be friends. I was like, I don't want to be I don't want to be your friend.
Right. And it's easier for the person who doesn't have the feelings to say we can just be friends. We can continue being friends.
Yeah.
But here's something for you to consider is the other person's feelings and how they feel.
Yeah.
And put yourself in that position. If you had feelings for somebody and they said, hey, we can just be friends.
Like, don't friend zone me.
Right. Would you still feel the same way?
Right.
More than likely not.
Right. We ain't got to go to the cookout. We don't need to be friends. But what we can do is we can groove tonight and share the spice of life. Let's groove tonight. Share the spice of life. Up, Earth, Wind, and Fire is uplifting song of joy and connection. Spice of life is a metaphor of variety and pleasure. That's what we could do. We can groove tonight. That song, because we want to get to Malcolm's songs and then we're going to end. But did you like that song? Just let's groove tonight.
Well, the elements. It's the elements. I mean,
tell the people who the elements are.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The element, for those of you that may not be familiar with music, the elements are earth, wind, and fire. That is the group. Did you see the comedy special by Ali Sadiq?
Which one?
The one where he's talking about his son.
Oh no, I gotta see his. I like him.
He got this one where he's talking about his son. And he said his son, he's supposed to be, I guess his son is supposed to be bougie and everything like that. And he said his son comes into his room one day and says, Father, I would like to go to a concert. And he said, okay, what concert would you like to go to? And he says, I would like to go see the Elements. And he was like, oh, wait a minute. He said, is this some new group that you know?
That's hilarious.
He said, no, Father, it's the group that's formerly known as Earth, Wind, and Fire. He had me
I gotta check that one out.
Yeah, you gotta check it out. It is hilarious.
He's funny. He's funny.
Anybody that knows music,
hey man,
the Elements, Earth, Wind, and Fire, my favorite song from them, and I always remember because I remember the cover. Mm-hmm. But it's I Write a Song for You.
Oh, that song. Oh,
love that song. It's just, I know it is one of those songs like we've been talking about. You get a vibe from these songs where you feel them in your soul, and that is one of the songs that I've just always loved, just because of how deep it is, and what it talks about in there, the reasons that we're here, the reasons that we feel our feelings.
And no, stop trying to sing it. Somebody is trying to sing
it right now,
and you cannot hit that.
No, you are not. You are not Philip Bailey.
No, you cannot get into that high register. So stop it right now. When you say reasons, somebody's always going to go reasons that we feel. But when you said a song, I thought about Donny Hathaway. A song for you.
Yeah.
When you just said that one, because that song is really, I'll write a song for you. Write a song for me. Write one for me. Like, think about that. And then the words to that.
Yeah.
And then I think about a song for you, Donny Hathaway. This is what we're going to be doing every week on More Than Just a Movie. But we want to honor Malcolm Jamal Warner right now with some songs as we end. We open up the conversation in the show about Malcolm Jamal Warner. And I think about a song as a father who has lost a daughter who has lost her father and a father's love. And if you know the story, I don't want to rehash that. Definitely Google to see what happened. But in those moments, this is the song that came to my mind. And Leroy has one as well. If I Could by Regina Belle, that came out in 1993.
Love it.
The same year that my first child was born. So when I hear this song, it's just emotional. And my mom would say that this song reminded her of us and a mother's love. So I'm thinking about Malcolm Jamal Warner's mother. I'm thinking about Malcolm Jamal Warner's wife, and thinking about him as a father trying to still save his daughter. If I could, I'll protect you from the sadness in your eyes, give you courage in a world of compromise. Yes, I would. If I could, I would teach you all the things I've never learned. I'd help you cross the bridges that I've burned. Yes, I would. Make sure that is off. Okay. If I try to shield your innocence from time, but the part of life I gave you isn't mine. I'll watch you grow so I can let you go. If I could, I would help you make it through the hungry years, but I know that I can never cry your tears, babe. But I would if I could. If I could, in a time and place where you don't want to be, you don't have to walk along this road with me. My yesterday won't have to be your way. If I knew I'd try to change the world I brought you to. Now there isn't much more that I can do, but I would if I could. If I could, I would try to shield your innocence from time, but the part of life I gave you isn't mine. I'll watch you grow so I can let you go. If I could, I would help you make it through the hungry years, but I know that I could never cry your tears, but I would if I could. And Regina Belle's voice, in that song, she's one of my favorites. In that song, I can hear her voice singing it, and just reading the words and hearing her voice makes me emotional.
Yeah, and you know who also? I don't know if you've heard her version of it, but Nancy Wilson.
And Nancy Wilson is Regina Belle's favorite singer.
Is she? Yeah. Just both of the renditions are beautiful of that song. And I love it. Can you pull up the Wakanda Brother?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that song, and it speaks to a parent wanting to be able to give their child and protect their child, you know, just from the mistakes and the things that they've made, and being able to shield them. And that's what parents do, you know. That's what parents do, want to protect their child from the wiles of this world that we live in, and everything like that. So that's a powerful song, and thinking about, you know, Malcolm's daughter and her being without her father now. Because is she a teenager? Is his daughter?
She's 8.
Oh, she's only 8.
Because he had his child later in life.
Mm-hmm.
And the song, you want me to read or you want to read it?
No, if you can, yeah.
So tell them why you want to choose this song.
Yeah.
It's The Best Man I Can Be by Tyrese and RL and Case, and it's from the Best Man soundtrack. Tell me why you chose that song to honor Malcolm Jamal
when you sent me the message saying, hey, I got an idea, we want to honor Malcolm Jamal Warner, and you told me the song that you had, and I started thinking about songs, and I had a couple that I had in mind, but I was just like, and then this song popped into my head, and I love the video. If anybody's just seen the video, it's the four guys, 4 singers. It's Tyrese, Genuine, Case, and who am I missing?
Tyrese, Genuine, Case, and RL.
Oh,
as we talked about,
right. But they do this song. It's called "The Best Man I Can Be," but it's about this bond that these brothers have, and it made me think about every brother that has talked about the relationship, the friendship that they had with Malcolm. And it was like, what kind of brother, you want to be? It was a brother that he was one of those brothers, I believe, that would hold the other brothers accountable. He was like,
he was a brother's brother.
And they talked and he talked about, and a couple of the brothers talked about him being there for them.
And Blair Underwood talked about that.
Exactly. When he got to New York, when he was coming to New York, and everything. So you have these relationships. Kendéll talked about the father-daughter relationship, and I'm talking about the brotherhood, the brother relationship that he had with other Black men out there. Even the relationship that he had with Mr. Bill Cosby. Because he gave the example on the Breakfast Club. He was saying how when he came and did the movie, for the show, he said he came in and he did something totally opposite of what they were looking for. And here's how Mr. Cosby knows talent. He said they had a several days or something like that till they were gonna be showing it to the big wigs or whatever at NBC or whatever at the time. And he said, he said Mr. Cosby asked him this. He said, would you talk to your father like that? He said, no, sir. He said, I want you to go back and I want you to redo your. And he said he went back and he did that, and he redid it. And I truly believe that Malcolm Jamal Warner reminded Mr. Cosby of his son.
Well, he said that even when he did he did an interview. That's so powerful that you said that and picked that up, because his wife they're from Philly, right? And his wife, who was my cousin, I don't know her, but found out. But anyway, it's a radio DJ on the radio. She's been on there for a long time. And everybody was asking for a statement from Bill Cosby, but his wife told him to talk to her. Okay. So it's online. You can catch it. And he'll say,
one person that
he talked to. And he was saying that his passing reminded him when his son passed, because that was his son. Like, it was how it happened and like how it came to him, and him not sure if it was true or not, and all of that. So that love, even from a father and a son who was not even biologically your father.
But it was like the whole thing, because they were saying originally that they were looking for someone to be 6'2", because that's what his son Ennis was. His son was 6'2". I think Malcolm was maybe 5'8" or so.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, somewhere around there, and everything. But even the stories that they gave Theo in there were his son's Ennis.
Some of the best stories.
Yeah, so you have that, and you have he just, even within the industry, even though he was one of those dudes that he was a part of the industry, but he was outside of the industry, almost like Denzel. They were like, yeah, I'm not doing all of that. I'm going to show my face and pay respectfully when I need to. But other than that, yeah, I'm over here. I'm over here. I'm over here because I know what that can do. I've seen what that can do. And he even with the brother to brother, it's like, look, even the because I think him and Eddie Griffin didn't really mesh.
They both had different ideas of what they wanted Malcolm and Eddie the show
to kind of look like.
And even, did you see his post?
Yeah,
it was one of the realest.
Right.
It was real because even though we didn't always agree, even though we've had our moments, you were my brother.
That's my brother, and I didn't let nobody else play that
New Edition.
Yeah.
No matter what Bobby did or whoever did, it's like that's still my brother.
Yep.
It's still love because. Would you say, as a guy, that's brotherhood?
Yeah, it is brotherhood, and that's what prompted me the song. I don't know if you want to give some of the
okay. So Leroy chose. He just told you so eloquently why he chose this one. And if you definitely check out the video and just seeing the 4 guys on the screen singing this was so powerful. Okay, RL's part says, this is for the brothers in the hood and the high risers on the mansions with the maids. We gotta come together. Come on, y'all. Case, Genuine, Tyrese, and RL. So Case starts it off. I'm sitting here alone, trying to face another day. Gotta stay strong to endure this pain. He continues. Then RL says, I'm dealing with right now. It flipped my whole life upside down. I don't want your help. I don't need your sympathy. No. So he's saying he don't want it. But then the chorus is, what can a brother do for me? See, he can help you up when you are down. What can a brother do for me? He can be your eyes when you can't see. What can a brother do? He can help me be the best man I can be. Oh, the best man I can be. That's the chorus. Tyrese comes in with that voice. Be the best man. I made a big mistake. I'm feeling so ashamed and I don't want to lose my friendship over it. I've got to keep the faith. Yes, I do. Genuine with that smooth voice, because I'm still your boy. I got your back. That'll never, 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 never change that, right? So I can just cite the truth and keep smiling in your face. Then it goes back to, what can a brother do for me? He can help you when you're down. What can a brother do for me? He can be your eyes when you can't see. What can a brother do for me? He can help me be the best man I can be. Tyrese goes on, I keep struggling, but I'm trying my best. I got some issues with my own confidence. Lord, help me to forgive and forget. Can you please help me be a better man? Just that alone. RL says, for the rest of the darkest nights, shine the brightest sun. I ain't the man I used to be. I'm better than before. Then it goes back to the chorus. What can I, the one that I was saying, how can I be the best man I can be? And then the brothers are given that. Then Case goes, cause he's my brother, my brother, my brother, my brother, my brother. Yes, he is my brother, my brother, my brother, my brother. RL goes, see, when I'm down on my luck, I'm crying cause a woman done left me. I ain't got nothing cause it's cold outside. He'll give me a ride when it's late at night cause he's my brother, my brother, my brother, my brother. See, sometimes I may go astray, but he'll lead me back the right way and tell me everything is okay because he's my brother, my brother, my brother, my brother, my brother. Oh, I know sometimes you'll need me and I got your back. Oh, because I know you got mine because you're my brother and I love you. I love you. I love you. That already, the men saying that, you can count on me. And then he sing Case, Tyrese and G, you are my brother, my brother, my brother. Then Tyrese ends it with RL, oh my brother, late up at night. If you need a helping hand, just call on me. Talking about my brothers, my brothers, my brothers, all across the world, my brothers. Yeah, I love you. So it's one brother having difficulties and the other brothers are sharing their difficulties and saying how they love. First saying, I love you to a brother is so powerful. And then to say, you're my brother. Perfect song.
Yeah, and
perfect song, Leroy.
And that to me, from all of the testimonials and all of that the brothers have given about Malcolm Jamal Warner, to me, that's like he was that brother that was going to be there for you. He was that brother that you could call. Forgive me getting emotional.
I know. It's
he
deep.
was that brother that you could call at 2:00 in the morning, and he ain't even hesitate. I'm there. I had a brother. I was in a meeting yesterday, and one of the brothers that was on the phone, he was on his way. This is how deep this is. He was on his way to see one of his clients and everything, because he was a friend, but he was also a client. Got married earlier May, and his wife just passed away last weekend.
My God.
It was like, and he was like, I'm going to sit with him. That's that right there. That's that. What kind of brother? I'm going to be the best brother I can be for you. And we've got to learn that as brothers, to be there for brothers, because a lot of brothers, this is nothing to y'all, are out here suffering in silence.
Yes.
Suffering in silence.
Yes.
Just like in that song, struggling, don't know what way to go, but just to hear brother say, hey, I'm calling to check on you. What's up? You don't want to just hear, I'm good. Nah, bro. What's really going on?
Tell me your feelings.
You know, what's really going on? Let's talk. You know, that to me was typified of who did, from what everybody has said. Like I said, that Malcolm Jamal Warner was that kind of brother to them. So yeah, I'm sorry, y'all.
No.
No. But yeah. That's why when you asked me about the song, I was like, and that song popped in my head. I was like, yeah, that's it. That's it right there. You know. Absolutely.
All right. Well, that's how we're ending this.
No, for sure.
And like we started.
Yeah, for sure.
Our prayers for his family.
Yeah.
His wife and his daughter. If you know them, be respectful of them. Don't ask them a bunch of questions. Just ask them how you can be there for them.
Yep.
And continue to keep posting positive light and love about Malcolm Jamal Warner, and allow his light to shine even though he's not there.
Yep.
Right? So just think about life in a different way. Honor your life. Respect and love the people in your life. And just pray for somebody who's lost somebody. And we're all grieving, even though we never met.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And they say as long as you say the ancestor's name, and he's an ancestor now, as long as you say the name, they will forever. They live forever. So you just got to speak their name and remember the great things about them, because he has a legacy that he's left. You know, and we're the beneficiaries of it. You know,
we are
of that. He just shared a part of his life with us. So, and we're grateful for that. That's what I'm grateful for today.
And I think our going out lyric will be, I love music. Any kind of music.
Yeah.
Come on. That's how we're going to end. We're going to end.
OJs.
Them OJs. I love. Come on. All right. That's how we're going to end on the up. God bless y'all. Peace. Don't forget to tune in. We're trying to figure out the time.
Subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Like, comment, and share. Share it with somebody else too.
You heard. He a doctor. You got to listen. God bless y'all. Peace.
Later.
Woo, Leroy. Good.
Yeah, I know. I was going to